Greetings, friends, observers, wandering souls, and other assorted meatbags. You will probably guess right away what's happened, especially if you've been following Raxxo for a while. He came back to YouTube. Of course, he doesn't think it counts, because he was delivering a message of peace and has no plans to return. Despite the fact he said the same thing a couple of days before he made the following video. But first, a quick side message for Chancy Pants' nemesis, Marty. Not gonna get into what happened last Thursday, but I will answer one of your questions before I deliver the message. You asked me where I came from. I came from here, and I've been watching you since last March. I'm here because I'm tired of worrying about potential real victims of Chance's sick sexual quest to show his dick to underage kids. So here's the message. I will always tell you the truth, Marty, just like Chance. Think of me as a critic and yourself as a performer. If you give great shows, I'm here to say it was awesome. On the other hand, if you serve up garbage, I'm going to be honest with you. That's all there is to this. Oh, one last thing, rewatched the video where you beat up Chance, and it occurred to me why you don't like being called a meatbag. So from here on out, just want to make it clear you are no meatbag. When I say something addressed to the meatbags, assume I do not mean you. Speaking of meatbags, I'm betting you fine meatbags came here to see Raxxo, so let's listen to what he has to say about world peace.
How alike we are, instead of how different we are. We might not be fighting amongst ourselves. We talk about wanting to preserve the human race, but how are we preserving the human race by fighting amongst each other?
Observation. Chance, you have not even graduated high school, and your level of ignorance when it comes to global politics is gargantuan. You've probably been listening to Sally and Ed talk about it, and are parroting what they said with your own ignorant twist. This will be funny!
Huh? How are we preserving human life? How are we preserving the human race?
It's actually pretty simple, Chance. Humanity propagates via reproduction. In other words, people have kids. Old people die, new people are born. In fact, more people are being born than die. That's why global population is going up in general. So rest assured, Raxxo, humanity is having no trouble continuing right now. You can relax.
How are we preserving the human race?
With new humans.
If we're fighting amongst each other like a bunch of fucking assholes and a bunch of fucking
The
morons.
kind you pursue.
Like a bunch of savages. Like a bunch of cavemen. You know, you would think that after 2 world wars, an Iraq war, a Cold War...
Exclamation! Are those really all the wars you can think of, Chancy Pants? Holy shit! Just from an American standpoint, you missed Korea and Vietnam. But guess what? There have been wars ever since there were tribes of cavemen. Here are just a few of them in no particular order. The Crusades, all of them. The Iran-Iraq War, the Rwandan Civil War, the Spanish-American War, the Mexican-American War, the Spanish Civil War, the Winter War, the Wars of the Roses for the English crown. Ugh, Chance, the amount of information you do not know about this subject is staggering.
You would think that we would have fucking learned that we are our own worst fucking enemy. We are our own worst fucking enemy. We talk about preserving human life, but what are we doing to fucking preserve it? We all need to lay down our weapons. Get rid of every single fucking weapon that we have. And actually sit back and realize how alike we are to each other.
Correction! We are not all alike, Chance. That's actually one of the reasons people go to war. Let's look at one going on right now in Ukraine. Raxxo, have you ever heard of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics? You might have heard the abbreviation USSR, or the term Soviet Union. It was made up of a lot of countries that used to be independent. Countries like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine. Believe it or not, Raxxo, these countries weren't wild about being under Soviet control. All things being equal, the vast majority would rather be self-governing. Their dreams came true when the Soviet Union collapsed, and they all went their separate ways. Guess what, Chancy Pants? Russia is trying to rebuild the Soviet Union, and they are actively doing it in Ukraine. As wars go, it's a standard war for expansion on the Russian side and a defensive war for Ukraine. You see, they'd really rather remain Ukraine instead of Ukraine SSR Part 2. They are fighting a just war. The Russians are not. Side note, Putin runs Russia, in case you didn't know.
Because like I said, if we want to preserve human life, the human race, we need to fucking stop this shit. Too many people are dying in senseless wars for fucking power. Because let me tell you right now, man, I've already lost enough friends and family to wars.
Name 3.
I've already lost enough friends and family to war. I've lost friends that were in the military. I've lost friends that took their own lives after retiring from the military.
Name 3.
I've lost great-grandfathers and great-uncles in both world wars. This shit needs to fucking stop. I think I speak for the human race when I say we are tired of losing people that we love to senseless fucking war for fucking power.
Do you really think you're saying something new? Shit, man. Ever heard of John Lennon? He sung about giving peace a chance and brotherhood among men. He did that before you were even spawned, Raxxo. Coming onto YouTube to tell us the same shit we already know is no excuse to be back here. While world peace is a noble goal, you, my little meatbaggy, don't know just how ridiculous what you're saying is. The chances of you going to prison are far greater than every power-hungry asshole in the world suddenly deciding against it. Hell, I know Vladimir Putin would laugh his ass off at this little speech. Wake up, Raxxo. The world is more complicated than your idiot caretakers or nerfed mind could possibly understand. Moreover, we're not gonna buy your bullshit excuse. If we let you get away with this, soon you'll be back giving us other sermons on morality. Eventually, you'll feel comfortable and start the same old shit again. Nope. Despite what you said, yes, you did come back to YouTube. No, your reason is bullshit and you can't gaslight us. Stick to what you do well, threatening the police. That'll surely get you results. Thank you all for watching this. It's hilarious to think Raxxo really believes we're gonna give him a pass because he wants world peace.